Yeah, the background music sounds like it's time for the IPL on the SportsMax zone. History created in the tournament earlier on Thursday. For the first time in 16 seasons, we had century makers in both innings of a match. Match 65 at the Rajiv Gandhi International Stadium saw Sunrisers Hyderabad's Henrik Klassen and Royal Challengers Bangalore's Virat Kohli both notching centuries in another entertaining fixture. This match was a must-win for the Royal Challengers Bangalore as they hunt a playoff spot, and they did just that, cruising to an 8-wicket victory. Centre-back Sunrisers Hyderabad posted 186 for 5 from their 20 overs. Klassen top scoring with 104 from 51 deliveries. Michael Bracewell was the pick of the bowlers with 2 for 13. In reply, RCB reached their target of 187 for the loss of just 2 wickets with 4 balls to spare. Kohli top scored with an even 100, his first IPL ton since 2019. He also joins the great Christopher Henry Gale on 6 centuries in the Indian Premier League. Cricket commentator and analyst Nikhil Uttamchandani was following the action, and he joins us. Nikhil, how are you doing this afternoon?
Excellent, Ricardo, especially after seeing that display of batting, dominant batting from both teams.
Yeah, fantastic. Let me start with Henrik Klassen, though, because it was a quality knock, 104 from 51 deliveries. And I was looking at some of the numbers. His control percentage up at 97.1, and he scored at, 204. And I saw a stat that said only A.B. de Villiers has had a better control percentage, having scored at over 175. It really was a quality knock, and that's probably just one of the statistics that shows how good it was.
Yeah, it was outstanding. I'll give you a few more as well, Ricardo. I look at his strike rate across the tournament. 194 strike rate against spin. I think that is, to me, what makes Henrik Klassen so dangerous. And I mean, on a surface like today where you saw the SRH top order, for me, I think that's where they lost the game. They were 33 for 2 in the first 5 overs. This man came to the crease and struck the ball to all parts. And I think that's what he brings to a team. He just is able to attack from so many different angles. I mean, down the ground, he's very strong square of the wicket. And we saw flashes in the CPL, but I think you really see what he's capable of doing. And I think South Africa have got a real gem going into the 50 over World Cup and then, of course, the T20 World Cup next year. But for me, SRH, this is only the second time this season that they've allowed him to bat in the top order at number 4. And I think it should have come a long time ago, and it could have possibly salvaged their season. But man, was that a special innings to see. And in that 194 strike rate against spin in the tournament, he's hit 19 sixes against spin. And on a surface like today, which I found was a bit tough to bat on early, it was slow, ball wasn't really coming onto the bat. Klassen showed his class.
Yeah, and the surface got better as the match went on, didn't it? And we saw the result of it with a fabulous partnership from Virat Kohli and Faf du Plessis, and that pretty much took the game away from Sunrisers.
Yeah, I mean, they continue to be dominant. I mean, Virat Kohli will get them bulk of the credit, but Faf du Plessis, the consistency at that age, I think he's, 37 years old now, 8 50s in this season's IPL. Remember, he hasn't played international cricket recently, so he doesn't have that sort of continuous practice against that high-quality bowling, and still able to churn out the runs. I think it's been a fantastic duo, and I looked at the numbers in terms of what Kohli and Faf averaged this season. 67 as a pair, and if you want some context, Sunrisers and their opening partnerships have averaged 25. So take that for what you will, but the two of them have been amazing. And I actually think, funny enough, it could actually work against RCB, because the dominance and the reliance on Faf du Plessis, Virat Kohli and Glenn Maxwell, the 3 of them have scored 74% of RCB's runs this season. If you get on a day where the 3 of them don't come off, I fear for the rest of that batting lineup, who haven't really faced many deliveries in this competition.
Yeah, Faf du Plessis, 13 matches, 702 runs. You pointed to those 8 half centuries, averaging over 58. Virat Kohli averaging just over 44, having scored 538 runs from his 13 matches, 6 50s, and the century that came today. And it was a really good knock from Virat Kohli from the opening over, playing through the offside to the spinner. It was a delight to watch, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's had some scratchy innings, and even I heard him say at the presentation as well that he felt he wasn't really timing the ball well in the middle. And even though, yes, the Drew did help this service get a bit faster, help the ball come on a bit more, he still had to navigate well. And we haven't really seen this from Kohli in terms of being able to go berserk from ball one. It's been more of Faf du Plessis. So I think to see this innings at this time of the tournament is a massive, massive release for RCB, because they go up against Gujarat Titans. They may rest some players, but that's a must-win game for them. And then when we get to knockout cricket, it could go either way. But they need this man firing in all forces. My question is, though, if him and Faf don't come off one day in a knockout encounter, do they have enough with who's to come to be able to step in? I was impressed with what we saw with Michael Bracewell. I think he gives them an interesting option with bat in hand. But do they have enough Indian talent in the middle order to pull them through? That will be seen. But if these two continue like that, I mean, there's no need. 172 run opening stand today, that is insane.
Yeah, and just to put a West Indian twist on what happened today, Virat Kohli joining Chris Gayle on 6 IPL centuries really does show the greatness of Christopher Henry Gayle as a T20 player and as an IPL legend.
Yeah, many say, he still has more to give, Ricardo. You're a countryman. We'll have to see if we see him in the CPL. But no, both of them have been stalwarts for RCB. And, I mean, I think it just shows, for me, I never scored one, but a T20 100 seems like, an extremely tough thing to achieve. You saw the emotional class in his face. And I think Virat Kohli to have 6 across his career cements his legacy as one of the greatest cricketers that we'll ever see in our lifetime.
Yeah, the Royal Challengers Bangalore now in a 4th position on 14 points. That's the same as the Mumbai Indians, but they have a significantly better net run rate, so it puts them in a really good position going into their final match. And just talking about final matches, there's a very important one to come on Friday. Of course, live coverage will be on SportsMax. It will be the Kings 11. They will take on the Rajasthan Royals, and that is a big one as we get closer to decision time in deciding the 4 teams that will be involved in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Virat Kohli will be on the phone to his countryman Hardik Pandya and ask him maybe to rest a Mohammad Shami, to rest a Rashid Khan, because they need to win that game. And Gujarat have played some excellent cricket this season. I see actually RCB winning that game, but also the Mumbai Indians up against this inconsistent SRH who seem to be giving opportunities. The two of them can actually catch up a Lucknow Super Giants or even a Chennai Super Kings. You just don't know how this tournament will go. And usually at this stage, you are into dead rubbers. We're into games that have little significance. Not this season, though. It's been special to watch.
Yeah, for sure. It certainly has. And Nikhil will talk again tomorrow after that Rajasthan Royals encounter. We'll see what they can do. They can get as many as 14 points because they have 12 now. I doubt that will be enough to get them through. So, yeah, one of the few dead rubbers that we'll see. But, yeah, it should be very good cricket, and you can watch it on SportsMax starting at 9 o'clock in Jamaica, 10 in the rest of the Caribbean. Nikhil, we'll talk again soon.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
All right, stay with us. That's it for IPL segment Interactive to close the show.